Welcome to the How Do I Become a Writer series. Today I want to talk about idea creation. One of the biggest questions I've always been asked is how did you settle on an idea for your first book? How would I go about doing that myself? So this is what I did, and I would implore you to do it too. I sat down, I wrote down all of my favorite TV shows, books, comic books, video games, everything that I liked. I wrote down the name of the IP. I wrote down the main character or the character I liked the most. I wrote down the villain and why I liked them the most, or if the character is an anti-hero or something else of that nature. I wrote down the genre, whether it be science fiction, and then taking it a step farther. Seeing if it's a space opera, or if it's, futuristic science fiction, or if it's post-apocalyptic science fiction. I think getting to that level of granularity will help you greatly. Start lining up all of the attributes of all the people that you liked. Start lining up all the attributes of the worlds that you liked. Start lining up all the attributes of all the story arcs that you liked. And chances are you'll start finding a pattern. It might not be a blaring pattern, but it might be a pattern nonetheless. And I think this is something that you should structure your first book after. Use a character or character archetype that you like. Use a story arc that you like and are familiar with, and use endings, twists, and other things of that nature that you're also familiar with and that you like. The first one is always the hardest. So in order for you to get over that hump, to get to that point, you need to be, while you're writing it, focused, engaged, happy, sad. You don't want to take chances on your first book. You want to do something that is fluid, that works with you, that is right there on the top of your mind, on the tips of your fingers, and all of that, because it's going to take a lot of hours to get the first book out. This helps you get your structure ready for writing the book, because now you're breaking it down. Now you have the character types that you want, and the ideas will start coming into your head. Maybe you have a universe already, and now once you start structuring this, now you can start in your head, starting the process of what this story arc's gonna look like. What is this book gonna feel like? And you'll already have that kind of feeling, so you'll know when you deviate later on in the book. You'll know when you have to rewrite it. Like, hey, I don't know if this is gonna work. It might too much downtime here, too much action going on, and really tap into the base and the overwhelming knowledge that you have. A lot of people don't think they have it in them, but you already have a lot of information. You've consumed a lot of content already, so use it. Use what you've been given. Use what you've already participated in to help you get to the next level. So just to recap, sit down, write down all your favorite shows of all time, video games, anime, comic books. Write down your favorite characters of all time. Write down your favorite villains of all time. Write down your favorite story arcs of all time. And write down your favorite genres, rank them. Get to a point where you feel comfortable in knowing exactly what you're trying to create. And just get that all out there. Just should take it shouldn't take that long the first time you'll pass through it. And then over the course of a week, you'll come back and revisit it. Oh no, I like that show. Oh, I remember this character now. Because as you start thinking about some of the shows, especially if it's something you haven't watched in a decade, or a book you haven't read in a decade, or a comic book you haven't read in a decade or two, it might take some time for it to come back in, and for you to remember everyone's name and characters and story arcs and stuff of that nature. But once you get there, now you'll have your blueprint. And then next week, we can start filling in that blueprint. We can start executing on that blueprint. This is your boy, Big Doula, here at the Lorekings. Thank you for watching. Come back every week, How to Be a Writer series. I hope you're here because you want to learn how to be a writer. I hope you are here to learn how to be a writer. We're here at the Lorekings. We want to make sure we get everybody to the point where they need to be, to the point where they can become that writer they've always wanted to become. Now, getting from 0 to 60 is a little bit